targeting system locked onto the US president's plane. Then he pulled out a surface-to-air missile and fired it at the aircraft. The missile quickly flew towards its target, and the plane detected the incoming missile, preparing to release the escape pod. But suddenly, the computer screen went black. The bodyguard sensed danger and immediately notified the onboard security team. He then rushed into the president's lounge, and before the president could react, he escorted him to the safe zone. They were then pushed into the escape pod. "I'll find you and pick you up. Mr. President, you might meet yourself on the ground." The bodyguard shut the pod door and pressed the launch button, sending the escape pod out of the plane. All the security personnel jumped out after them, but their parachutes didn't open. One security officer sensed something was wrong, but was shot dead by the bodyguard. It turned out he was an inside man, collaborating with the terrorists. The bodyguard then jumped out of the plane as well. At that moment, a surface-to-air missile flew past him, striking the plane and 3 escort fighter jets in the clouds. Eventually, the escape pod made an emergency landing in the forest. At that point, the president was trapped inside the pod and was discovered by a young boy out hunting. The boy carefully approached with his bow and arrow, curiously tapping on the pod door. The president wrote a code on the pod's window. After entering the code, the boy quickly hid the president, then opened the pod door. He was stunned to discover that his rescuer was just a little boy. Once he realized it was the US president, the boy immediately took him away. By the time the bodyguard and terrorists arrived, the president had vanished without a trace.